I've been asking different people for over a year what this is, and no one knows. It's made of metal and about the size of my hand. If you depress the handle, the little blade comes up near the end with a little circle that has a writing that says "Patent applied for." There's a little trapdoor in the back, and it's spring-loaded. Some speculation says it is some sort of dispenser for seeds, or an old door stop to keep doors from slamming open, a carbide light adjustment for the acetylene fuel to flow, or a telegraph clicker. Any ideas? It's an old-school cigar cutter, made by the Brunhoff Manufacturing Company circa 1906. The tip of the cut cigar goes down that tube, and then there's an opening to remove the bits of tobacco. It also has 2 screw holes to mount it. The Brunhoff Manufacturing Company was founded in 1890 in Cincinnati, Ohio. They were a full-service sign manufacturing company, most famous for cigarette and cigar signs for the tobacco industry, like advertising cigar cutters, change trays, ashtrays, and paperweights. It was patented on August 7, 1906, by Edward Brunhoff of Cincinnati, Ohio. What is this door thing that sticks out and has gears? We have lived here for a year and never looked into what this is, but I'm intrigued. For reference, I am in a strip of 10 small apartments, styles like mini townhomes, built in the late 50s or early 60s. Let me know what you think. It's an old-style mechanical doorbell. You would twist it, and it would rattle a hammer inside a bell that now seems to be removed. Similar concept to a bicycle bell, except these you spin back and forth with your fingers. My grandma had one of these in her house. It was so fun to twist it and hear that jingle doorbell. I got yelled at many times for ringing the doorbell. What are these the previous owner left outside? About 7.5 inches tall and made of metal. I think the vented top screws off and is hollow inside. Does anyone know what these are? These are mid-century smudge pots, commonly used for illuminating road hazards or construction sites before the widespread use of battery-powered warning lights. They burn kerosene by means of a wick to provide a visible flame and a smoky glow as a warning to drivers, particularly at night. The vented top screws off for refilling and replacing the wick. It was patented on October 22, 1929 by Joseph E. Withrow and Lyman W. Close of Toledo, Ohio. I found this in a newly purchased cabin. The bottle is nestled snugly within a basket with handles, around 27 inches tall and 21 inches in diameter. I would really love to know what its original use was. That is an antique demijohn from the early 1900s, also called a carboy. It's a large glass bottle that was traditionally used for fermenting and storing wine and other liquids, and was super common in old European winemaking. They can range from 5 gallons to over 15 gallons in capacity. The wicker basket around it was meant to protect the glass during transport. What is this 2.5-inch long piece of sheet metal found in a parking garage? There's no visible construction going on, and we found 3 of them, one of which doesn't have the circular hole, suggesting the hole isn't important for function. The geometry of the top part looks like some sort of buckle, but the overall vibe doesn't really match, and no secure place for a strap. But I do think the shape suggests it's meant to be pushed into a receptacle and lock into place. Can anyone assist? It's the metal bracket part of a 1960s Duncan parking meter. The 3 wedges ride on the 3 flat surfaces on the parking meter. Then you slide it down inside the pipe. The principle is, when you tighten the bolt, it draws the wedges up tight, locking into the inside of the pipe. What is this wooden cylinder with wire hooks found in a box lot from an antique auction? There were 5 of them, and each measures 4.25 inches long. Help me out here, please. It's a 1920s to 50s parcel handle. Some are made of thick cardboard, others are made of wood. These handles date back to the days when shop assistants would wrap your large purchases in brown paper, tie them up with string, and attach one of these handles so that you could carry them easily, and the hands were not sheared by the strings that surrounded the packages at that time. A co-worker brought this into work today, made of cast iron, around 5.5 inches long and 2.5 inches wide at the widest point, with no markings anywhere on it. Does anyone know what this is? It's an early 20th century rope maker's guide wrench, used to separate the 3 strands of rope while it is being twisted by a rope making machine so that the strands do not get tangled. The pointed end was used to open strands of a rope before splicing. Does anyone know what this tool is? I found this in an old shed and I was thinking it is some sort of leatherworking tool, around 8 inches long. Any ideas? It's an antique timber scribe, a hand tool used by carpenters, joiners, and shipwrights, mainly in the 18th and 19th centuries, for marking, numbering, or laying out timbers in construction. Before modern pencils were common, builders needed to score lines into wood to guide saws and chisels. A scribe's sharp point or knife edge cut a clear lasting line that wouldn't rub off like chalk. The small hooked or curved blades are used for scoring deep lines in timber, resembling compasses for marking arcs, mortise locations, or tenon shoulders. What is this thing made of aluminum that appears to be Pegasus with random numbers, found while metal detecting at an old home in New England? The numbers appear to be in random positions. I know Mobil uses the Pegasus logo, but it's a bit different than this one. I have no idea what the object could have been used for, or why the numbers 1 to 11 seem to be positioned randomly. Any ideas? It's a Reader's Digest sweepstakes token, mailed out around 1995 to 2000s. They would include small trinkets like this to entice you to open the letter and not throw it out as junk mail. I think usually coin-shaped, but other shapes as well. Apparently in the US, they had dollar bill shapes as well as coins. You could use them to scratch the sweepstakes ticket. I'm not sure if this shape was intended to be a bookmark, but that would make sense. All the examples I have seen have the same numbers on them, so I am not sure if there is any significance to them. What is this syringe with a small cup? I took this pic at my ex's apartment, but she didn't want to tell me what this was for. I am baffled at how this even works with a smooth plastic cup on the end. I can't find any needles or syringes that look like that at all. Have any of you seen this before or know what it was used for? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.